Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The performance of some NBA players often declines, and this happened with Brandon Podziemski, but from what we have seen in the last few games, his good form has returned. Brandon Podziemski is finally playing well again and we are cheering up the Warriors fans. One of the disappointments for the Golden State Warriors this season has been sophomore player Brandon Podziemski. Podziemski has struggled in 2024-25, with his three-point shooting percentage dipping from 38.5% last season to 32%. Coach Steve Kerr criticized his decision-making earlier in the season, and his starting opportunities have been reduced. But after his 18-point performance against the Rockets, in which he still only went 2-7 from 3, Warriors legend Chris Mullin believes he has seen positive signs. Mullin explained, "Two things with Pods: he's fit, he looks really healthy, he's moving around the floor beautifully offensively and defensively. With that he's knocking down three-point shots. He has confidence. He's back to Pods from last year, his all-rookie team." Podziemski still needs to return stronger after the All-Star break, to really show he is back, and try and build some momentum as the Warriors push for the playoffs. Jimmy Butler impact praised. The Warriors have a spring in their step after the move to acquire Jimmy Butler, and the win over the Rockets has been labeled an example of his impact. Mullin explained, "A game like tonight, I'm not sure they win this game 2 weeks ago. Since Jimmy Butler has arrived, they are dominating free throws, they are dominating turnovers." View tweet. Warriors star Draymond Green spoke out to underline Butler's impact following the victory. He explained, "He's helping revitalize what we've got here. The belief amongst this team now that he's arrived as opposed to what it was before he got here, it's night and day." Kevin Garnett says Warriors no longer need to rush stars' return, thanks to Jimmy Butler. The Golden State Warriors have come on leaps and bounds since the trade deadline signing of Jimmy Butler. Butler always looked destined for an exit from the Miami Heat following his multiple suspensions and war of words with GM Pat Riley. Despite Steph Curry and Steve Kerr's reported concerns over the signing of Butler, he certainly helped lift the feeling around the side since his arrival. His fast start, which included a 25-point debut against the Chicago Bulls, has also helped the side take their time over the return of one of the team's major stars. Pierce impressed with Butler impact. Before Butler's arrival, there was little doubt that the Warriors were lacking some star power to partner with Steph Curry. The Warriors were one of the very few big names in the league that failed to have a strong duo leading their team. Curry has certainly been impressed with his new partner, as the pair have helped the Warriors to win 3 of their last 4 games. Anthony Slater is worried that the Warriors may overplay the duo in a move of desperation to try and secure a playoff spot. Something that is perhaps ill-advised, given the age of both of their superstars. Despite the concerns over overplaying Butler, Paul Pierce has certainly been impressed by his instant impact on the Warriors team. He told KG Certified, "It looked like Draymond, he energized, and, Steph, you know what I'm saying." On the sidelines, Jimmy pointing at him, "Their spirit. Now they like, okay, that's cool. They look like they got a fighting chance now. Before it didn't look like it. It's a different attitude now, you got an all-star player, impactful player. No need to rush back, Kuminga." There was no doubt that the injury to Jonathan Kuminga came at the worst time for the Warriors. Kuminga was just beginning to find his groove for the team, having been handed a regular starting spot. Many argued that the move may have been a deliberate ploy by the Warriors to show off Kuminga ahead of a potential trade. However, Kuminga impressed so much that there now appears very little chance of the Warriors parting with the 22-year-old who can certainly become the future of the franchise. The Congolese forward was averaging 16-5-2 before sustaining his sprained right ankle against the Grizzlies at the start of the year. Despite his importance to the Warriors earlier in the season, Kevin Garnett has explained how the arrival of Butler has earned the team time in the recovery of Kuminga. He said, "They was rushing Kuminga, now it's like take your time, we working this. Man, I like Golden State. This gonna be a real problem right here. Kuminga is expected to be incorporated into team practices after the All-Star break. Jimmy Butler could lead Warriors back to title contention. The Golden State Warriors added Jimmy Butler to their roster with the final years of Stephen Curry's career firmly at the forefront of their minds. Butler, 35, is a win-now addition. He fills a void within Steve Kerr's roster and is a proven commodity, both in the regular season and the playoffs. During a recent interview with ESPN's Om Youngmisuk, veteran forward Draymond Green explained why the addition of Butler could be key to the Warriors' chances of adding a fifth title to Curry's resume. "He's a franchise changer," Green said. "He's done that everywhere he's gone, and he is helping revitalize what we got here." The belief amongst this team, now that he's arrived, as opposed to what it was before he got here, it's night and day. Butler is an elite defender. He's also at his best when getting downhill and pressuring the rim. That level of offensive aggression should, theoretically, open up additional space for Curry and the rest of the Warriors to exploit on the perimeter. "He's like the exact opposite player of me, which is kind of funny," Curry said after Butler's debut against the Chicago Bulls on February 8. "I shot 16 threes, he shot one, he got to the line a lot, he's dominating the paint, I'm dominating the outside, guys working around us, it has the potential to be really fun." Golden State is 3-1 since Butler arrived in the Bay Area. His presence will undoubtedly make the team more difficult to beat, especially as there's another scorer to help carry the load. It's unlikely that Butler will be enough of a spark to position Golden State as a contender heading into the postseason. However, after another summer of recruitment and internal development, both Curry and Green could be fighting for another championship in what will likely be one of the final seasons of their illustrious careers. Golden State Warriors made a big NBA draft mistake. Jonathan Kuminga is one of the best young players on the Golden State Warriors. The 22-year-old is averaging 16.8 points, 5.0 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per contest, while shooting 45.9% from the field and 34.5% from the three-point range in 32 games. That said, Kuminga has had an up-and-down tenure with the franchise. He will be a restricted free agent this summer, as the two sides were unable to come to an agreement on a contract extension. The Warriors selected Kuminga with the 7th pick in the 2021 NBA draft. While he has been solid, they could have drafted Orlando Magic guard Franz Wagner, who was the 8th pick. Right now, the 23-year-old is averaging 25.1 points, 5.6 rebounds, 4.9 assists, and 1.4 steals per contest, while shooting 46.5% from the field and 31.7% from the three-point range in 36 games. Via StatMamba on November 22, Franz Wagner is the youngest forward to record a 35 PTS and 10 AST game since LeBron, 2007. With the way that Wagner has played, it's fair to assume he could be a 2026 NBA All-Star, if the Magic are a good team. On the other hand, Kuminga is still in the development stage of his career. While a verdict can't fully be decided, it's fair to point out that the Warriors may have been in a better position if they had selected Wagner over Kuminga. Draymond Green's blunt Jimmy Butler comment amid Warriors' growing confidence. The Warriors have gone 3-1 since the trade. While the Luka Doncic-Anthony Davis trade between the Los Angeles Lakers and Dallas Mavericks certainly garnered the most post-trade deadline attention, the Golden State Warriors made a blockbuster trade in acquiring Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat. The Warriors have gone 3-1 since the Jimmy Butler trade, and Draymond Green spoke about the team's confidence heading into the final stretch of the regular season, as per Anthony Slater of The Athletic. "Shout out to Jimmy Butler. Completely changed the belief of this team," Green said. "We started off the year great, and everybody believed. And then continued to believe even though it was going rough. But at a certain point, if it doesn't start going right, you start to lose that belief, and we did. Jimmy was like life support for us. He just came and injected a bunch of energy, a bunch of belief into this group," Green continued. "Because of the leader that he is, because of the talent, the player that he is, because of the guy and dog that he is. We can all fall in line, a great guy to follow. That belief that he's brought back to the team, I'm sure you can see it watching. To me when I'm watching, it looks different. When I'm playing, it feels different. In the 4 games that Jimmy Butler has played for the Warriors, he's averaged 21.3 points, 7.0 rebounds, 5.3 assists, and 1.3 steals with splits of 44.6% shooting from the field, 14.3% shooting from the three-point line, and 85% shooting from the free throw line. While Butler's three-point shooting percentage could stand to be better, there's no question he has, for now, changed the mentality and possible trajectory of this team.